Deck, welcome to 2025. You ready to get stuck into it?
Yeah, definitely ready. Obviously have a bit of time off over Christmas and New Year, and have some time training in small groups and relaxing and enjoying the time that we get. But yeah, definitely good to be back in preparation for the year.
Yeah, what did you get up to Christmas and New Year's?
Chrissy just in Adelaide, and then obviously what I did was this year I went over to Tassie, spent a week or so in Tassie with my partner Em, and yeah, it was really nice. Got to catch up with a few of the boys and spend some time at sort of a few of the boys' houses and where they grew up, which was nice. And yeah, enjoyed some nice weather and nice food down there, which is good.
Yeah, that's fantastic. You know, going back a few weeks now, you started pre-season under Sheeds. How was those first few weeks pre-Christmas?
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, obviously change can be viewed in many ways. I guess initially sometimes you might be a little bit scared or what the change is going to be like, but I mean, from our first encounter with Sheeds, it's been really positive. Really enjoying the time and what he's been able to provide to our playing group. Change is good. It's going to be a little bit different, but I think we're all relishing the changes that have come around this place, and yeah, looking forward to what we can now do over the next sort of 12 weeks or so before we play round one. Yeah,
what's Sheeds', I guess, first impression been on the group?
Yeah, really good. Obviously, we've admired probably what he's done at Woodville, you know, and to win 2 out of 4 flags in the 4 seasons he coached at Woodville is obviously speaks volume to the sort of coach that he is. And yeah, I've just really enjoyed him coming in, him being himself, presenting some new ideas, and maybe a little bit of a slight adjustment in the way that we might play, or sort of a brand that we might stand for. And I think the players are really jumping at that sort of a little bit of change, but also yeah, a bit of freshness as you know, as the sort of initial weeks of training began.
Has there been, you know, I guess a renewed positivity, I guess, about 2025 and ahead?
Yeah, I think yeah, obviously, like we played in the grand final last year, so obviously the core of what we are and the strength of our group is there. But someone's come in with potentially a fresh idea or two to challenge some new things, and ultimately try and extend our footy and make us a better side. And that's what he's becoming. He's like, he understands that we're in a really good position, but he's pushing and growing us to become better. And if we're not becoming better, then we're just going to stay stagnant, and other clubs will catch up.
Yeah, and you're in the leadership group again alongside JK and Hurdy and Pierce. You enjoys that side of footy as well?
Yeah, 100%. I think obviously a little bit older now, and sort of feel like I've got a pretty good grasp on second tier footy and also what it means to play at this footy club, and just sort of instilling the values and how you've got to train, play, perform to be a senior player. And if I can be a senior player who sets the right example for our younger list, and you know, that's sort of my job and how I take on my leadership.
Yeah, and it's that type of year, that time of year where, you know, new faces come into the club, and you know, players come up from the reserves and train the house down. Have you been impressed with you know, 1 or 2 players over the first few weeks of pre-season?
Yeah, obviously, yeah. There's we've had quite a few, I guess, fresh faces come in across all levels. We've had a few boys off AFL list, and Will Rowlands and Tommy McCullum join the group, and I've been really impressed by the way that they've gone about their footy coming back from AFL. And then we've got, you know, sort of an array of younger players who have come up. We've got a couple of boys from Tassie, a couple of the Ling brothers who have been really impressive from what I've saw of them earlier in pre-season, as well as a couple of other boys who, you know, really, you know, made really good first impressions. And then there's some players that have sort of been around the traps for a long time, blokes like Harvey Pedler. Anthony Mustark's been a young player I've been quite impressed with. And then I guess the growth in some other players, you know, Alistair Lord's had a really good start. Really going to look to, you know, grow his footy and what he was able to do last year. Give him early the same. So yeah, plenty of players are getting better, which is definitely what we need.
Yeah, and you're involved in you know, coaching juniors at the club as well. Just can you explain a little bit to everyone what you've been doing over the last few years with the junior program and into this year? Yeah,
over the last probably couple of years, I've done an array of jobs in our junior program. Coached the under 13 development squad a couple of years ago, and then last year Harry Boyd and I sort of teamed up to do the under 15s. This year I'm taking on responsibility of the under 14s, and there's sort of been a change over the last couple of years in the junior structure. So the 14s play essentially a 7-game season, starting in the last week of Feb, running through till just after gather round. So yeah, we ramp up probably our training in the next week or two, and yeah, that's something I'm really passionate about, obviously coming from my teaching background. But yeah, always looking to give back to the footy club in way, and inevitably grow either senior players that can play at our football club, hopefully. So yeah, something I'm really excited about.
No, that's good, mate. Well, enjoy tonight, getting back stuck into it, and the rest of pre-season.
No, awesome. Thanks, Joe.
Cheers.